Good morning. Stacy with Bluebird Paper and Thread here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you are returning, thank you so much for coming back. I enjoy having you here, seeing what I've been up to for the past week. If you're brand new to my channel, welcome. My channel goes over my cross-stitch projects, finds, a little bit of sewing, a little bit of quilting, maybe at some point. Paper crafts. I like to do cards and scrapbook and make cute little treat boxes, treat bags, gift card holders, things like that. Today is Saturday, April 1st, April Fool's Day, and that's it for me. Bye. No, I'm just kidding. Do you guys like April Fool's Day? I don't really like it. I don't enjoy being pranked or scared or any of those things. So it's just another day for me. I don't really get into it all that much. Today's a beautiful day. We had some really wacky weather this week. My leak is back. We do think this time, third time's a charm, that we actually found where it's leaking from. And now we are going to have to go through having it fixed. So Serve Pro came out, and I'm sure they're going to have to test for asbestos and lead-based paint. And I can't remember if that room has been re-drywalled or not. And my house was built in 1952, I believe. So the chances of those things being in the wall structure somewhere is there. I have a feeling that my laundry room is going to be completely torn apart. So I'm not really looking forward to that. But it will be nice to have it fixed and to know that the house is safe and sound again and that we won't be having any more problems. So that's good. Today I'm going to go over, I have quite a few whips. I have one finish, more chocolate bunnies. It's not a fully finished project, but it's a finished stitch. And I ordered last night the piece that I want to finish it with from 141 Design Company. So I doubt that it will be here by Easter, which kind of bums me out. But I think it will be really, really cute when I do get it finished. And I will still do that even if it's after Easter, and I will show you all. So that will be good. I'll just keep it up in my craft room somewhere until next Easter, and so I can enjoy it. All right, I'm going to go ahead and jump right in, and I'm going to start with the temperature cross stitch. This is by Fat Quarter Shop. And I'm going off of the highs for each day for where I live. So even when I travel, I look at my phone, I use the same weather app, and I check my location, my home location, and I record the high for that day, and I use the coordinating floss color for that. So the very tippy top is January, and then the lighter blue is February, and the teal is March. And this is what mine is looking like. It's coming along. I'm really happy with the colors. I wasn't sure I was going to be happy with the colors when I first started. It was a lot of that olive green, and I was kind of disappointed that that's the temperature range in January that was popping up the most. We were kind of stuck in that zone for quite a bit. And then some of the other colors started creeping in. We had a few colder days. We had a really warm day that almost got to 80, which was that kind of coral colored red in there. And I'm so excited to see it come together. I can't wait to see it finished. So we'll keep working on that. I am stitching this on 25 count Evenweave in a cloud. It's Vintage Cloth by Lori Holt. I believe this was the called for fabric that they stitched. It is from Fat Quarter Shop, so I believe that this is what they paired with it. And they're really nice when they do their their listings for things like this. They'll list the fabric, and if they have a floss pack, they'll list the floss pack, and you can just check the boxes and put it. It'll all go in the cart, and it'll be ordered all at one time. I am using the thread pack. So a lot of, I've pulled the colors out, but so I don't have to think. I don't have to, hunt for fab or floss and run to the store when I can't find it. So that was that one. Oh, I have a new start too. We'll come back to that. This one I did not get done. This is Hands-On Design, A Year of Celebrations. It's the first year, and I'm working on April. I changed the colors. But I didn't get it finished. I tried. It just didn't happen. I think I decided I wanted to finish more chocolate bunnies because I wasn't sure if I was going to do a pillow finish. And if I was going to do a pillow finish, I could have that done by Easter. I may still change my mind. I don't know. We shall see. But this is my month of April hands-on design. Year of celebrations. So I switched out some of the colors. I switched out the pinks and the raspberries in for, they had like orange and kind of like a pinky red. I didn't like it. So I changed the colors and I'm thrilled with it. So all I need left to do is fill in the cloud, and this box here with the word grow is filled in with white as well. I should get that done this weekend, and then I can frame it and put it in my display in the house. I am stitching this on, what am I stitching it on? 32 count Desert Opalescent Lugana. So it has a little bit of a sheen to it. You can kind of see it. Little bit of a sheen. So I'm loving the way that they're working up. I'm very excited to continue working on this. So I will finish April this week, and I will start on May, and I will work a little bit faster to get May done so that I'm on time. I like to switch them out on the 1st. So the next one I worked on is my Teresa Kogut Patreon level, I think it's a level 4 Sal, Simple Life. So the second part will be released in a few days, I think around the 15th. And this is my progress. I am stitching this with all the called for threads and the called for fabric, which is 40 count Overcast linen by Cedar River. It's beautiful. I've struggled a little bit with this linen for some reason. I don't know if it's my needle or if it's just me and I'm tired. I tend to pick up 3 threads in one of the directions instead of 2. So I really have to kind of take my time and be careful with it. But I love it. I think it's coming together really, really nicely. And I think I should be able to get this finished before the next section comes out. These are all of my flosses. And you'll notice what I did. I did it. I splurged and I did acrylic floss drops. I bought them through Amazon. I liked these because when you pull out a length, if you're not using the whole 6 strands, it has a little section here that you can put your working threads or your threads that are next in line right here. The one thing I didn't anticipate, I did this so that I could not have the bobbins bulking up and getting really, really messy. I did not take into account, however, that if I didn't cut these to length, that it would be a mess pulling them out and cutting a length. So I cut these to length, but then that means when I put them back on the bobbin to store them, if they're not being, set aside for another project, I'm going to have many, many lengths wrapped around the bobbin, which might not be a bad idea. So the jury is still out on this. I'm not sure if I'm going to like it on the tail end of it. I really like where I have my flosses stored right now. I don't want to change that. So we'll just have to wait and see how that all works out. But right now, this is much neater. The flosses are not getting tangled. I'm liking this method a whole lot better. Look at these colors. They are so pretty and so soft. So that is Simple Life. Very excited for that one. Next, I worked on, see here? This is what I was dealing with before the floss drops. I might go ahead and put these on the floss drops. We'll just have to wait and see. I worked on this before I got the floss drops, so that's why these aren't set up. But we'll probably go that direction. I put some time in on my October Cottage by Country Cottage Needleworks. And I finished the house and I started working on the pumpkin right here. So it's moving right along. I did not continue to stitch on this in the mornings because I wanted to finish more chocolate bunnies. So I did a lot of work on that. And I'm glad that I did. I got it done. But we're getting closer to a finish on that. So that's nice. It's exciting. Next, I worked on Basket of Cherries by Blackbird Design. And I got quite a bit done on this. This one, I'm hoping to finish this week. We'll see. I'm using the called for flosses with the exception of the birds. I switched them out for Summer Sky and Deep Blue because I wanted them to look like bluebirds. So the colors that were called for were Aged Pewter and Tin Bucket. So they were more in the gray family. And while they're pretty, I didn't really care for it for this one. I wanted to pay homage to my bluebirds, which I haven't seen them around. So I'm starting to get nervous that they're not going to nest this year, which makes me sad. But anyways, this is what I got done. I finished the basket. I started working on the greenery around the basket. I think I went up the side. So I'm very, very close to a finish. I don't have much left to do. So I'm excited about that. It's going to be small and petite, which is absolutely perfect. And I'm stitching this one strand over 2 on a 40 count lambswool linen. And I'm not sure the manufacturer, but I got it from 123 Stitch. Just really pretty. And again, all the called for except for the blues. So maybe next week that will be my finish. And I want to frame that, and I may have a frame that it will fit into, so it might be a complete FFO. We'll see. Chicken Club. I'm still on the first month of Chicken Club. Cornelius, sweet, sweet Cornelius. And I finished the tail last night. Well, I finished the bulk of the tail. I still have the little circles to do. And I noticed that I made a huge mistake. But I'm not going to start it over again because I do like the way it looks. Let's see if you can figure it out. Tail is supposed to be pink with red circles. And I did the tail red with pink circles. Back to Cornelius. Sweet, sweet Cornelius. But I do like the red on his tail, even though I messed up. Now, there are many clues as to, you know, what color the tail should be. The needle minder is pink. And I kept thinking to myself, why is it pink? His tail is red. The picture on the pattern, the tail is pink. Didn't even faze me. It's even on the inside. I think what might have done it is that on the inside, it looks kind of red. So I think that might have been what threw me off. But you know, no, that's just a day in the life of Stacy. So anyways, it's coming along slowly but surely. It's a nice, easy stitch. It's being stitched on 25 count even weave in Barley. And did I do the floss? Yes, I did the floss pack for this one too. This is the floss pack for the full series. So again, it was one of those things I just check, 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 and it all got dumped into the cart, and it really super easy. I do believe that you will need two, maybe 3 packages of this. I just got the one. I figured at some point when I'm getting towards the end of what I have here, I'll figure out how much more I need and I'll order the rest of it. Or I might even go with a different color. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not putting them or displaying them all together. I want to have a frame, and I want to have a background that is neutral that will go with all of the chickens. And then I want to put the chicken on a separate board with the magnet so I can exchange it. So I don't think that it really matters if the fabrics are all exactly the same for that application. We'll see. Next, I worked on Butterfly Cloche by Hello from Liz Matthews. I just love it. It's so pretty. I'm using, I believe, all the called for DMCs. See, this is a mess. These should probably go on floss drops. See, it's just a mess. I'll probably do that. And I'm stitching this on .40 count Cafe au Lait in sand, or Cafe au Lait parentheses sand linen by Zweigart. And I finished the leaf and this little tendril, and I started on the butterfly. Tiny stitches. I'm doing 1/2, and I did forget, and I caught it in enough time that I wasn't completely irritated and to pull it all out. But I did load up my needle 2 threads over 2, and I was looking at it. I'm like, that looks not right. And then I'm like, 1/2, not 2/2. So I did that. I'd like to put a little more time in on this. I'd really like to get this one done. I'm feeling a little, I don't know if guilty is really the right word, or overwhelmed. I feel like I have so many whips lined up that or in the works that I'm just stitching, and eventually they'll all get done. I understand that. I know that. But it just feels like, gosh, am I ever going to move forward on this? But when you're stitching for an hour, you know, maybe 2 in the evening on one project, then that's how far you get. All right, that's it for my whips. I did a new start. I've been waiting to do this to get all the flosses. I still don't have all of the flosses, but I have enough to go ahead and start them. I think what got me so excited about pulling this out and starting it were my finishes from last week. They were so cute, and they look so cute in the house, and I just thought that I needed to put more pillows together so I can have them here in my craft room. I'll find a display for them. But anyways, Keeper of the Pins by Brenda Gervais with My Needle and Thread. I know a lot of people have already done this. I'm a little slow to the party. And I'm starting on this one back here. This is the called for. What I have, I've got an order. I think it's coming in today for the rest of them. But I'm using the called for threads, either DMC or... No, I'm really trying to use all of the called fors on this. So I think that's what I'm doing. I'm stitching this on 36 count Vintage Country Mocha. I went a little bit bigger fabric because when I was sewing up my Easter pillows, some of those little pillows were teeny tiny because it was on 40 count, and I wanted the pillows to be a little bit bigger. I liked the ones that popped up, or that I made, that were bigger in size. They're a little bit more substantial. They're really fun to look at. So that's what I did. But that's my start. The base of the thread, the spool of thread. And my fabric. I mean, this is just your classic Vintage Country Mocha. Also, what I'm going to do is when I'm done stitching, I will cut it out so that I don't stitch my pieces too close together. That was kind of a bummer with the last one that I did with the little Jelly Bean Jubilee pillows. They are also that small because I did not allow enough space in between each of the stitches. This is going to sound ridiculous, but I hate wasting fabric. So, you know, this is already driving me crazy, this much space. So when I cut it, I will have probably 1.5 inches left here. I will keep that because I could do a small stitch for an accent. I could do a button cover. So I'm not going to toss it, but this is even too much space, and it bugs me. I just don't, I don't know. And I know that's ridiculous because when you're finishing it, you need to have ample margins. And I hate doing that. But if you're going to put in all that time stitching a project, you should probably allow enough fabric so that you can finish it properly and not run into it being too close and your margins too close and all of those things. Okay. And now for my finish. It is so cute. More chocolate bunnies. This was the Sal with Nichol Spohr. Now, her Sal is done. It's over. She has a finish. A lot of the people that were stitching along with her have a finish. I'm a little slow to the party, so I did not get my finish done until last night, actually. But it's super, super cute. And this is it. So I did little pink noses, and then I took that light pink and I filled in the pink block with more I filled it in with a light pink because I didn't feel it. The pattern, it doesn't call for any fill-in for the word, and I felt like I couldn't see it very well. So I wanted to add the pink in there just to kind of make it stand out a little bit more, and I really think that it does. I love it. I think it's so cute. I'm hoping that my measurements are correct and that what's coming from 141 Design Company will be the perfect finish for this, because I really, really do like it. I am done with this pattern, so this is going to go into my bin for a future giveaway. Just move it on. I don't need to keep it. I don't have any intention of ever stitching it again, so I can just move it on. So that will be coming up in a future giveaway in a little bit later. I'm not quite ready to do another giveaway just yet. Okay, haul. I don't have any haul. I did order some things. Well, I mean, I do have a haul. I bought this like journal notebook. It's just a really, I got it from Amazon. It was like $8 or something. I bought this so that I could plan. I've got so many ideas running around in my head about my crafty endeavors that I just thought I need to write them down so that I can get them out of my brain and focus on other things, and then maybe make a plan and start working on what I want that to do. I've done a crafty business for most of my adult life, and it changes shape every once in a while, and it's time for it to change shape again, but in a little bit bigger way. My kids are grown. They are working. They're almost completely 100% independent financially, although they're still living here, so I don't know if that counts, but I'm not running around to soccer or games or extracurricular activities anymore, and I would like to eventually quit my job. And my husband was like, well, pay off your car and then you can quit your job. Well, my car is fairly new and I still have 5 years left on the payment. So that gives me time to get my crafty business going, because I, if you haven't figured out, like to shop. So I need to have some money coming in for my crafty addiction. So I am going to start working on putting some of my ideas down on paper and seeing, you know, which direction I want to go, and running with it from there, and seeing if within the next 3 to 5 years, if I can get something established and going. We'll see. I also was watching a video from Fat Quarter Shop. I think it was this week's Wednesday live stream. If I can find it, I will link it in the description below. And they're starting up a new monthly club, and it's called the Monthly Weigh-In. It is not going to ship until, I believe, July. Yeah, July. You're going to get a chart from Priscilla and Chelsea from the Real Housewives of Cross Stitch. You're going to get the chart and the classic Colorworks floss for the chart. You're not going to get fabric. You have to purchase that on your own. The chart includes a 6 by 7 inch scale design and a 1.5 by 5 inch sign design. Pattern design will include the name of the month and a vintage scale topped with signs of the season. There's a $4.98 membership fee that's non-refundable. So if you decide later that you don't want to, or if you get the first chart and you don't like it, you've lost that $4.95. And then it's $30 a month after that. She did a sneak peek. So if you're curious to see kind of what you're looking at, she did a sneak peek. Half of the chart or part of the chart is stitched, and it's so cute. And I thought, okay, we can do it. But this is what you'll be looking for on the website. She said it's very, very limited. Now, as of right now, it does look like there's still availability. So if you might be interested, I would go on and I would reserve your spot now, because these charts will not become available, I think, for a year afterwards. They stitched on 28 count Monaco, but they're out of that right now. But it's not coming until July. So you can figure out fabric or wait until it comes in. Put yourself on the notify me list, and go from there. The other thing that's a little different, I don't know about other monthly clubs. I've just kind of started getting in on their monthly clubs. The other thing is the July, you're getting the September weigh-in. So it gives you several months to stitch it and finish it so that you can actually enjoy it in the month of September. Brilliant. So you'll be stitching a few months ahead. So July, you get September, August, October, September, November, and so on, which I think is really, really nice. So I'm excited. We'll see what that looks like, and we'll go from there. I didn't bring it out. I got my Floss Fix Weeks Dye Works colors. I will try to take a photo of them, and I will insert it at the end of the video, or I'll insert it here somewhere, and you can see what colors they are. They're pretty. We're in the bees. So, like, I think banana pudding is one. I don't know, but they're nice. It's a really nice way to kind of bump up your stash of hand-dyed fancy flosses. So, anyways, that's it for me. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the rest of your week, and we will see you later. Happy stitching.